Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe down below, and without much further ado, let's get on with the video. I thought I would talk to you guys about the uni residential that I went on, which is basically a 4-day summer camp kind of thing where you stay at a university and you have a taster of what it's like to be at university. The place that I went was Edge Hill University. There are numerous residentials all around, but Edge Hill were offering a completely free residential. I paid for nothing. The reason why I decided to do this one instead of going and paying £4,000 to go to Met to do their film course was because my friend Rowan, as I always say, you guys know him. If you don't, go and watch my Thought Park vlogs. He's in that. He told me about this residential and he was like, I'm going in for it, why don't you? So I did, and then we both got onto the course, and I cannot tell you how much fun it was. Like, I seriously recommend to anyone, anywhere, if there is a chance for you to do a uni residential, go and do it. In those 4 days, I met some of the nicest people I've ever met, and I've made some great friends that I hope stay in touch and we'll see each other again. There is one slight problem to these uni residentials though. You might be nervous, you might be scared. I, for one, was terrified. I have, I guess, slight anxiety when it comes to certain situations. Usually I'm okay. If I get nervous or stressed or scared, I usually go bright red. Literally, if I ever was seen in public by any of you guys, I would probably go bright red. But I get slightly anxious with some things, and the way I kind of cope with that, because I can't be anxious, I have to get over this and I have to do stuff, otherwise I'm never going to be a director or in the film industry, because you cannot be anxious at all. Like, there is no room for you to be anxious. You have to be clear and decisive. So a way for me to kind of push myself is to just book things and just go and do things. I wasn't really thinking about it, I just went, I'm just gonna do it, just go. It's the same with when I applied for jobs. I just applied for them and one came up and it was a really nice experience. But with this uni course, I just filled in the information, I sent it off, they came back, they said that I've got a place, and I was absolutely fine. It wasn't till about 2 hours into the 4-hour journey to get to Edge Hill that I realised what was happening, and I started to have a mini freak out. But it wasn't too big and I got over it rather quickly. So into the exact details of what I did, I went from the 1st to the 4th of August to Edge Hill University, which is in Ormskirk. It is a lovely university. It's all on campus. You have a McColl's shop, you have the student union, you have so much nature. Honestly, there was a beach, okay? There was a beach. It wasn't a big beach, it was a little beach, but there was still a beach. There was ponds, there was ducks, there was a library, there was a gym. I did a television and film production course, which is basically a taster of what it would be like for me to go to university, because it's the course I want to do. And it was so fun. I got to direct, which is something that I'd really wanted to do. I also got to edit, because there was a slight communication error. Me and Rowan both thought that we both had to do an edit on 2 computers. We didn't, but now we've got 2, and now I can use mine as a, look, I can edit and I can direct. Woo! So that's good. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the 4 days when we were there, because if you're ever wondering of doing a uni residential, this is what Edge Hills is like. But we first got there at, I think it was about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and we were given welcome packs, and one of the things we got in our welcome packs was this, which looks like it's metal, but it's squishy. We also got a memory stick, and we got loads of packs of like stuff and what have you. And then we were all allocated room depending on your gender, so of course I had to split up with Rowan, which was very tragic. So I went to my room, and honestly, it was like a hotel. I have never seen such nice university accommodation, because all the stuff in London is so much more expensive and you get so much less because you're in London. But it was so nice. Once we'd all settled into our rooms and had a couple of minutes to just kind of like explore our dorms, we were taken to the hub. Now the hub was basically where we spent most of our time when we weren't in our course, and we were put into our groups and we were given a little talk just explaining what we were going to be doing, and then we went and had an introduction to our courses. Now this was where we were able to hear about who else was in our course, and we had to give one fact about each other. I was going to say that I do YouTube, but Rowan gave me the look of, don't you dare say you do YouTube, because it'll make you look stupid. Meanwhile, another girl said she did YouTube, so I need to start saying I did YouTube. But anyway, yeah, so I said in the end that I have over 100 Sim Sims, and that got a, oh my god, really? Another person said they'd skydive, and then one guy said that he had a production company. Now, this guy probably taught me more about what not to do than anything I've ever seen in my life. After we'd all been introduced to each other and got an idea of what we were going to be doing the next few days, we all went to dinner, and then we had evening activities. And what we had to do was we had to go into our groups that we were put in our dorms, and then we had to do certain activities, and then whoever won got prizes. We didn't win. We didn't even lose. The people that lost got bubbles. Everyone else in between the winners and the losers got nothing. I did enjoy the evening. I didn't know any of the people that I was with that time because I hadn't talked to anyone in my dorm, and I didn't actually talk to anyone ever again from my dorm after that night because at university they're so into you becoming friends with your dorm mates, but I feel like it's more who's on your course than your dorm mates because you have more in common with the people on your course, surely. But anyway, we did all these activities and then it was time for bed finally at about 10 o'clock. So I'd literally been awake from about 8 till 10 doing so much. I was so tired and I actually had a really comfortable sleep. Day 2 was the first day of our actual courses and actually getting on and doing things, and this day we had a introduction to the equipment, and then we had a couple of hours to film the scenes that we needed, or then on the third day to edit them. I can't remember anything specific about that day other than getting to direct, which was amazing. We were called Orange Chair Productions, my group, not affiliated with the actual Orange Chair Productions, which is in America somewhere. Just a made-up name. Someone saw an orange chair and said, why not Orange Chair Productions? The evening on the second night was actually Society's night, and on this night we got to choose which society we wanted to take part in. You didn't have to take part in a society, but me and Rowan thought, why not? And we decided to take part in the Film Society, which literally was us going into a lecture theatre and then watching a film. And oh my god, we got to choose which film we wanted to watch, and it just so happened that The Conjuring was on the list of what we wanted to watch. Half of us was screaming for The Conjuring, so of course The Conjuring won. Oh my god, it was so funny. I love that film, for starters. Rowan had never seen it, so he was constantly asking me when the creepy bits were happening. Plus the people that we met on our actual course, we actually became friends with. Their names were Jenny and Dom. And Jenny had actually seen The Conjuring, so we were both like laughing and having the time of our lives. Literally, it was such a good evening. And then afterwards we played cards from about 9:30 till 11 o'clock. We were playing Snap, shouting absolutely random things instead of Snap, and it was glorious, and I wish I could relive that moment, but I can't. But it was just so fun. I never want to forget that feeling of just sheer, like, I was in pain from laughing so much. It was such a good night. But after that we went back to our dorms, slept, woke up. It was day 3. Now day 3 was the second day of actually doing our course, and this was the editing stage and getting the sounds that we needed and extra shots. And the 2 other people on our course who also were really great friends was Hannah and Rihanna. We were literally down to the minute getting it exported, and it was so stressful. But I learned how to use Adobe Premiere Pro or whatever it was, which was great because I didn't know how to use it, but it was pretty easy. I think one of the best parts of that day was actually getting to see everyone else's and show our creation that we'd made. And ours was called The Adventures of Tony, and it was about an orange chair who went on a little adventure around Edge Hill and tried to find himself, and in the end, well, you guys can go and see it for yourself. If you want to actually see them, then click up here for my edit and click up here for Rowan's edit. I will leave those there for the rest of the video. And then when we were showing them off to the rest of our class, I guess, there was a moment where we were allowed to vote for our favourite, and it just so happened that pretty much everyone voted for The Adventures of Tony as the best advert, which was so great. It was such a nice feeling because it was great. And they also said that they could potentially make the best advert that they deemed the best, and one guy said it was something that he could see the university doing, so we hit the nail right on the head, and it was great fun, and now I have something for my portfolio, so yay. As that was the last night of the university, we got a barbecue and then we had a quiz night. After we had the barbecue, we went and did the quiz. Now we had to go to the student union, which has terrifying toilets, can I just say. Half of them don't flush and half of them don't even have a door, so that was a stressful moment for me. Luckily mine did have a door and it did flush, so yippee for me. But we had a quiz and the theme was festivals. Who really cares about a festival themed quiz? And there was another bit where you had to do trashin', which if you don't know what it is, you get a bag of trash. It's not really trash, but you get a bag of trash and then you have to make it into a fashion piece. Now we took Dom and made him into a sexy nurse. It came down to 2 people. One guy was called Twerky McTwerkface and then the other guy was Princess Nosering because it was a guy with a nose ring. They had to lip sync I'm a Barbie girl. It was so glorious and I never laughed so hard. It was so weird yet so great, and oh my gosh. After the quiz they were going to turn everything into like a dance floor. Meanwhile, the Orange Chair Productions did not want to join in with that, so we went and played cards till 12 o'clock at night because our curfew was moved back till 12 because it was the last night and we'd made friends. And then going the next day was so upsetting. It was literally tragic. Like, honestly, I've made some great friends, all of which were northern. Me and Rowan started picking up a slight northern accent and we kept thinking we were going to be really offensive to everyone else. Apparently we weren't, but we felt like we were picking up random accent changes and words and stuff. Orange Chair Productions will live again. Why am I peace signing? Nobody knows. There was a person, I'm not going to name his name, he's the person that said he had a production company. That guy has taught me you can't do everything on your own, you need to be nice to people and ask for help when needed. Let's all take that advice and let's all have a great few days until my next video. If you enjoyed this video, then do not forget to subscribe down below. Also give this video a thumbs up if you like what I do here, and comment down below if you have ever done a uni residential, or if you're thinking about doing a uni residential, or if you're worried about university. We can have a chat. We can worry about university together. If you want to know anything about college or school or anything like that, just ask me. I can do a video on what school is like in England. I don't know what I'm saying, but yes, I am done here. I'm finished. I'm gonna go and hope that my internet's back so I can do an all-nighter and watch Scream 2 before the last one comes out, because I'm making this on Tuesday last week. So pray that the Wi-Fi is back and I can watch Netflix, otherwise I'm going to cry. But until next time, bye! I'm speechless, guys. I literally, that was amazing.